Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our February Financial Fitness Workshop today. My name is Addie Hendrick. I'm the Member Development Intern here at IH, and I'm so glad to be talking to you more about Money Talks, finding your financial love languages. So money isn't just about dollars and cents. It's part of who we are and how we connect. So at IHMVCU, we believe in open, respectful, and honest communication that helps with money and how that can strengthen your relationships. In this interactive workshop, you'll uncover your financial love language and see how money mindsets can play a very impactful role in not only your romantic relationships, but also in friendships and in other areas of your life. So with that, what you'll learn today is how to discover your personal financial communication style. You can see how money beliefs shape relationships. You can pick up conversation tips for budgeting and shared expenses, and build a game plan for making financial decisions together. So without further ado, I'm going to now introduce our lovely expert tonight, Julie. She is the financial coach at our Davenport East Kimberly Road location. Julie has been with IH for a little over 17 years now. She began her career as a full-time teller, and then she also has worked her way through a variety of roles, including a financial service officer, a branch manager, and now a financial coach. Serving as a financial coach has been very fulfilling for Julie, and in this role, she's able to actually dig in and truly helping her members. So she's always served in so many ways in the community, and we are so excited to have her here. So welcome, Julie.
Hi.
So before we jump in, I just want to remind you all that everyone is muted for the entirety of this session. We are recording this session too for future viewing purposes. If questions do arise while Julie is presenting, please enter them in the chat, and we will let Julie know those questions at the end so she has time to answer them. So with that, Julie, it's all yours.
Hi, everyone. My name's Julie. Before we jump into the financial love languages, let's start by normalizing a couple things. According to a 2025 report highlighted by the New York Post, about 1 in 3 Americans, 32%, say they feel uncomfortable talking about money in their relationship. So if this topic feels awkward, tense, or even stressful for you, you're definitely not alone. With that in mind, the next question becomes this: what is the purpose of money talks, and how do we talk about money more comfortably? One of the biggest mindset shifts I want to take away today is money is more than just math. It's not only about numbers in a bank account or a budget on a spreadsheet. Money reflects our values, priorities, and our life experiences. For many people in the early to middle stages of adulthood, money isn't just about getting by anymore. It's about stability, having choices, and often caring for others, whether that's children, aging parents, or planning for our future. Our financial habits don't come out of nowhere. They are shaped by how we are raised, what we're observed growing up, what our parents or caregivers modeled, our culture, and even learning from our past financial successes and struggles. All of that follows us into adult relationships. Because of that, money becomes deeply connected to things like security, legacy, and balance. And when those things feel threatened, emotions tend to show up. That's why understanding your financial love language is so important. It helps you recognize why you approach money the way that you do, and it gives you a healthier framework to balance, manage, and talk about money, both individually and with a partner. So with that in mind, let's jump into a different type of financial love languages and see which one resonates with you most. Everyone has their own personal style that they just naturally have. You have probably heard of your love languages in relationships. This is how you like to be loved and show love for others. Money love languages are very similar. It's just based on how you personally handle money. Your financial love language affects how you are, shows care and responsibility, handles risk and security, react to spending and saving decisions. Understanding your own style helps you better understand others and be okay with the fact that not everyone will have the same style as you. We often talk about the 5 love languages, like gift giving, quality time, acts of service, physical touch, and words of affirmation. But did you know money has love languages too? Understanding them can really improve how we communicate about finances. There are 4 financial love languages: the saver, the spender, the planner, and the protector. First, the saver. The saver values security and peace of mind. They feel loved when they are prepared for the future and have money set aside. Second, the spender values enjoyment, experiences, and generosity. They see money as a tool to create memories and show care for others. Third, the planner focuses on goals, structure, and long-term outcomes. Having a plan in place helps them feel confident and in control. Fourth, the protector prioritizes family stability and avoiding financial risk. Their love language is making sure everyone is safe and taken care of. So how do you know which one you are? Bust out that pen and paper and let's take a quiz to find out. What's your financial love language? Answer each question with the option that feels most like you. There's no right or wrong answers here, and I'll give you time between each question to give your answers. Question 1. You receive unexpected $500. What do you do first? A, put it straight into a savings or toward debt. B, use it for something fun or meaningful. C, allocate it towards a specific goal or plan. Or D, save it for a family need or emergency. Don't forget, we need to keep track of our answers. Question 2. When it comes to holiday spending, you prefer to A, set a strict budget and stick to it. B, spend freely within reason to enjoy the moment. C, plan purchases ahead of time and track them. D, focus spending on making sure everyone is taken care of. Question 3. When money feels tight, what do you do? Cut back and become extra cautious? Feel stressed but still want life to feel normal? Rework the plan and look for solutions? Or D, worry most about how it affects loved ones? Question 4. Before making a large purchase, you usually delay it and think it through carefully. B, decide based on how it will feel or improve your life. C, research options and compare details. Or D, consider how it impacts the household or family. All right, guys, last question. Number 5. When making a financial decision that affects others, to focus on protecting savings and minimizing risk. B, think about how everyone will enjoy or benefit from it. C, look at numbers and long-term impact first. D, prioritize stability and peace of mind for everyone involved. So if you want to go ahead and see which number you used the most, your results, as you tally them up, were you right in your guess? Are you mostly A's, the saver, mostly B's, the spender, mostly C's, the planner, D's, the protector? Were you surprised in your results? For me, my results weren't so surprising. Being the planner totally fits my personality. Plan every aspect of my life. So if any of you got the spender, but you want to work on being a saver, let's go over a few tips to get us there. Start by paying yourself first. Even if it feels small, it still adds up. Set up a transfer. Automation removes the temptation to skip saving. Tracking spending isn't just about judgment, it's about awareness. Once you see where your money is slipping out, you can decide what actually matters to you. Giving your savings a purpose makes it easier to stick with. Is it an emergency fund, a vacation, peace of mind? And remember, progress beats perfection. Small, consistent steps add up. If you want to meet with me at any time to help with this process, I'd be happy to help you. Addie is going to go over more of this at the end. So, how do money mindsets show up in relationships? They can appear in a lot of everyday situations. Partners may prioritize different financial goals. One person might be focused on saving or paying down debt, while the other values spending on experiences or family needs. Family expectations, especially around the holidays, can increase pressure and bring money stress to the surface. And friends or relatives may have different financial realities, which can influence how we feel about spending, gifting, or keeping up socially. These moments are often where money mindset differences become most noticeable, where understanding them is really making a difference. Most of the time when money shows up in our relationships, it's not about the dollar amount. It's about values, comfort levels, and past experiences with money. And I want to be very clear. These situations are incredibly common. They don't mean anyone is doing something wrong or being irresponsible. They simply mean two people are bringing different money stories to the same relationship. For example, one partner might be focused on saving for the future, while the other wants to enjoy the present, live in the moment, and create meaningful experiences now. You might also see disagreements around spending on gifts, travel, or family obligations, especially when those expectations aren't clearly discussed ahead of time. That lack of clarity can lead to stress or tension, and in many cases, people start avoiding money conversations altogether just to keep the peace. Or even through that, avoidance often creates more stress in the long run. This is exactly why learning how to talk about money and understanding each other's financial love language can turn those moments of opportunities for connection instead of conflict. Most money conflict isn't about someone being bad with money. It's about different perspectives with the emotions tied to money. When expectations aren't shared out loud, small issues can quickly grow into much bigger ones. Money is emotional. It's not logical. Even when we think we're being practical, our feelings, experiences, and beliefs are often driving the decisions behind the scenes. We also tend to assume that other people think about money the same way we do, and assumptions can create misunderstandings. Our past experiences shape how we spend, how we save, and even how much stress we feel around money. And when those expectations stay unspoken, they can quickly build into frustration. That's why awareness and communication matter so much, and why understanding financial love languages can help bridge those gaps. When we stop labeling money behaviors as right or wrong, it opens the door to much healthier conversations. The goal isn't to change your partner or family member, it's to understand where they're coming from. Everyone brings a unique money story into their relationships. Those differences don't mean one person is bad with money or irresponsible. They simply reflect the differences of experiences, values, and priorities. When we build awareness around those differences, it helps reduce blame and defensiveness, which are two things that can shut down money conversations very quickly. Understanding always comes before compromise. Once you understand the why behind someone's financial behavior, it becomes much easier to work together and find balance. And that's exactly where financial love languages come in. They give us a shared language to move from judgment to understanding. Sometimes the biggest change in money conversations isn't what you're talking about, but how you say it. Simple language shifts can completely change how money conversation goes. These kind of phrases help keep the focus on collaboration instead of conflict, and they can invite the other person into a conversation rather than putting them on defensive. For example, I feel stressed when we don't talk about money ahead of time. Can we look at options together? This is important to me because how do you feel about this? These statements create space for honesty, teamwork. They signal that the goal isn't to win an argument, it's to understand each other and work towards shared goals. Using language like this sets a strong foundation for everything we're about to talk about next. Understanding and respecting different financial love language. Money communication is ongoing. It's okay if these conversations feel awkward at first. That's completely normal. Progress comes from consistency, not perfection, and every small step builds trust over time. As you leave today, I want you to remember these 4 tips. First, you don't have to agree on everything. In fact, you're not going to agree on everything, and that's okay. Differences don't mean failure. They're part of any healthy relationship. Small conversations matter more than one big talk. Regular, low-pressure check-ins are often more effective than waiting until stress builds up. Third, check in regularly about money. If something is on your mind, talk it through with your partner or significant other rather than carrying it all alone. And finally, give yourself and others patience. Money isn't a light topic. It's emotional, personal, and everyone feels and responds to it differently. When you approach money with understanding, curiosity, and compassion, these conversations can be a tool for connection, not conflict. And that's the foundation for healthy money habits and stronger relationships. With that, I'm going to hand it back to you, Addie.
Well, thank you, Julie, for presenting on this topic. It's just such a fun topic to learn more about. With that, we now have time for some questions. So if you do have any questions, feel free to place them in the chat. We do have one question, though, to get us started. The first one is, if I am unsure, I know you kind of talked about this already, of being from a spender to a saver. Do you have any other tips that could go along with that to get that transition over, or any ideas?
So many people want to get started right away and start with big dollars. I always say, even if you start with $5 a week, $5 a payday, you can build on that. Soon it's $10. Next thing you know, it's $20. So don't bite off more than you can chew.
Yeah, that's great. If anyone does have any more questions, feel free to place them in the chat again, or you can email us afterwards too, or book a link with Julie on the next slide. So with that, we appreciate you all joining us tonight. Here is that QR code to book an appointment with her, and we also have her email on there if you want to ask her any more questions. We had some comments regarding the recording of this video, so if you guys want to review this at your own pace, a recording will be sent out tomorrow, along with a follow-up email of just like a survey and to learn more about the next webinar. Oh, first, here's how to book an appointment as well. You can just put in where what you're looking for, the date and the time, and then a little bit more about yourself. But with that, we hope you all have a great rest of your night, and thank you for joining.